Hello and welcome to the Dan88891 vlog, and today I'm going to be talking about the London 2012 Olympics opening ceremony. So today it is Wednesday and it happened last Saturday, which was, let me just get the date up here, the 28th, so it's been one, two, three, about 4 days since the opening ceremony. So it was 9 o'clock till about like 1 o'clock I think it finished, and I think I watched like the start of it and sort of like part of the end of it. I kind of fell asleep in the middle. Okay, so this is like how it went. I think a big problem with it was there was too many people. There was just way too many people here. What the plan was to get everybody that wanted to take part in this Olympic ceremony, they could get the chance to take part. Yeah, okay. What this meant was there's like about 2,000 people, right? You can just imagine 2,000 people, like in a stadium, and the BBC are like picking little chunks out. Yeah, you just couldn't get the full picture of what was going on. And now I was watching this from home, and even if I was in that stadium, I would not have known what was going on. And just let me pull his t-shirt up and it goes, and I'm just going to show the camera. There we go. I would not have known what was going on, just down to the fact that at the end of the day, there was too many people. There was just way too many people. Now I've seen like a lot of things like this. I watched quite a lot in France last year. And you know, they didn't have that many people in the stadium, because if you have too many people in the stadium, you just cannot focus on what's going on. And this is what I think the problem with the Olympics was. There was just way too many people doing different things, you know, and I just couldn't work out what was going on. First of all, we had like there was like lots of people digging, and then all of a sudden these like chimneys came up, and then they stopped, and the soldiers came on, and then it started up again with like whacking LED lights with hose. You know, I just couldn't make it now. I know they were trying to like evolve over the times, and then it gets to the end, which is meant to be like the current age. And they've got this like woman on a phone, and this boy, and somebody's found a phone, and they're trying to hook up. Lord knows what they were trying to do with the phone connection service here. It was like nothing that, you know, even futuristic. You know, it's some sort of random phone service, and it didn't even look real. It just looked completely made up. It didn't look real. I would have honestly, if I was going to do this, I would have honestly gone real. You know. I'd have made it look so real. And then there was this house, you know, I couldn't work out what was going on in the house. You know, there was multiple houses, I couldn't work out which one I was supposed to be focusing on. There was all these pictures going up one other side of the house, I couldn't work out what on earth that was all about. And then like this bloke, the house lifts up, and there's like a bloke who invented the World Wide Web there, alright? And he's on this computer which has got like a complete and utter white screen. I honestly couldn't work out, like, he's supposed to be the inventor of the World Wide Web. He should be on the World Wide Web. He shouldn't be just looking at a blank white screen. You know, it just doesn't work. So I kind of didn't enjoy that bit. And then we got to the bit with the Queen. I thought it was okay up to a certain point. You know, there was all these kids here. I just couldn't work out the attraction with the children. And the school trip, it didn't even look like a school trip. I just couldn't work out what was going on in that sector. But then, like James Bond walks in, Daniel Craig, and then he picks up the Queen. The Queen goes out to a helicopter, they then fly across London. I couldn't work out how that was all supposed to be. There's just millions of people all across London looking at a helicopter flying past. You know, I couldn't work out why that was such a big crash. And then they like flew in, and then it made it look like the Queen was jumping out of a helicopter. Yeah, that was actually pretty good, you know, up to the point of like the helicopter. That was alright. I pretty enjoyed that bit. Like, I don't think many monarchs would have done that, you know. but the Queen kind of got involved, and she did a pretty good job. I thought that was actually pretty good. And then probably my favourite part of all time was when the band came on, Jane Charles of Fire, and then when Atkinson came in. That was like, that went well. I thought that was absolutely amazing. I could have just done more of that. Less of all these changes of the times. I could have just done more of that, because that was pretty amazing. No, not changing of the times. It doesn't interest me in any aspect. I could have honestly done more of that. Maybe brought a few comedians in. We've got a country full of comedians here. We've got Harry Hill, Ron Atkinson. We've got some really good comedians here, and even some good actors. We've got some really great actors who could come in. John Cleese, great comedian actor. There's I've got some David Jason, great comedian actor. There's lots and lots of different comedian actors that could have came in here and done something for the Olympics. I would have thought that would have been quite a good touch. I think having maybe an Only Fools and Horses, trying to bring back some of the old sitcoms, and maybe just having an episode from the really old sitcoms like Only Fools and Horses, Fawlty Towers. Oh, I've got a thimble on my finger. I'll take that off. There's I think that would have been good. Not changing of times, that isn't good. I personally did enjoy it. Then we got to the flags. Yeah, I kind of fell asleep for this part. Okay, we had flags coming in, and the lady's just like, you've got to have this for the ceremony, and I just didn't enjoy that bit. There was nothing sort of I did it, and then there was a firework display, and there was David Beckham carrying the torch on a speedboat. I enjoyed that bit. That was alright. That was pretty good. But yeah, then your first came, and then I think I fell asleep when it got to the end of these flags, and then I woke up for the final fireworks going off. Yeah, it just didn't interest me. And what they are planning on doing is having this Olympic ceremony for the future generation, and then they have it at 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock at night. Well, yeah, most kids are going to be asleep by that time, so I don't think that went well. I wouldn't have thought that went down that well. A lot of people were on about it, saying that it was on too late, and it was on way too late. It was on from 9 to 1. It should have been for the future generation. It should have been on a lot earlier than that. I would say 5 till 9. That would have been perfectly late, okay? Right, or 5 till 10, it would have been just right. But no, they thought that I'm way too late, okay? And so yeah, I think the opening ceremony was alright. It wasn't amazing. I'm probably gonna do another vlog on the closing ceremony and just see if that was any better. So yeah, sort of. It was alright, I suppose. It wasn't amazing. I don't think it was as good as what Beijing did. Anyway, another thing I'm just going to talk about. We're trying to host the Olympics here in Britain. I'm in Britain now, and we are a country that don't have a pot to piss in. We just aren't. Alright, we're so much in debt, and we struggle to pay our debts. What they've done is they brought in the Olympics. Yeah, that's kind of not what. That probably wasn't a very good move for London. Alright, it promotes London a bit more, but at the end of the day, we are a country that haven't got a pot to piss in. And look at my hair; it's an absolute mess. It's like some sort of wave. We haven't got a pot to piss in, and I think we could have done without it. Certainly until we're going to build some more money up, maybe then, because we've paid billions and billions out for this, and we've had so much of a cock up. They've absolutely cocked us up so much. What they've done is G4S, all the palaver with that. Where, and I don't know if you've heard about this. If you're not in Britain, you might not have heard. Basically, G4S is a security company. Basically, they were put in to do security work, and they hadn't assigned enough people to do the security work. And what they also did, and the people that were assigned, they weren't very good. They weren't trained enough to do anything. and talking about something like else, just like on this chapter, my barber actually was talking to a soldier. Now this guy is a soldier, and he basically was working with a crack commando, and basically he was on about Met Police. Basically what they've done is they've trained the Met Police with firearms. Alright, basically they're training, this soldier is training them to shoot off a building and shooting through glass, because that's like a specialist technique, and the Marine is basically training them to shoot from a helicopter. Basically one day he turned up and said like, okay, and one of the Met commanders came over and said, look, you need to do a drugs test. They said, why? He said, well, a couple of your Met officers last night were caught in a bar taking drugs. This is the Met Police, guys. They're caught taking drugs. That isn't a joke. And these people are running around with guns and submachine guns, etc. And they're high on drugs. Okay. Fine. Okay. So, there's been such a palaver with this Olympics. And then we've got the army in, we've got these great big missiles which, serve really no purpose, like, whatsoever. They're just great big missiles stuck on top of a roof, which kind of directs more terrorists to that, like, position. If there was going to be a terrorist attack, it would probably be diverted to that position, which means it's probably going to put the tower block to risk, which a lot of people have, like, gone about and said. So I think the Olympics came at the wrong time. I just do. I really do think they came at the wrong time. Again, this is the thing. I was reading something about basically the other day. One of the African athletes have already applied for visas over Britain. No, we have got an immigration problem. England has got an immigration problem. We cannot deny that. And I just think this may increase more of an immigration problem. I'm not sure, I'm not being racist or anything here, but it may just increase an immigration problem. We don't know. We'd have to wait and see until after the Olympics to see whether, immigration would get more illegal immigrants here. So definitely, that's